All right, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody had a good trading day today and good trading week so far. I've been on the sidelines the past 2 days. Just the day before the FOMC was a little choppy, and then today I decided to stay up because it's a big news day. I don't really want to be in that one. So let's get into the analysis for October 30th tomorrow. Coming in on the end of the month here. So starting off the weekly and the monthly look pretty bullish. Look like they're heading up into those extensions. Weekly extensions coming in at 26,500. Monthly extension is coming in at 26,750. So inside bar yesterday, kind of closed in the middle, but still closing outside the envelope, and it's in a strong trending market. I think it's anybody's guess on what happens here. We have a flash on the daily chart. You got one section, two sections, three sections. So and you do have these DMLs lining up as resistance. These core DMLs stacked up. These last 3 days, they're all in the same spot. So that is showing good resistance, but I mean, I'm gonna remain bullish just because I'm gonna remain bullish just because of how the market's been looking in the past week or month. But I think it's anybody's guess on what happens here. I know Google and a couple other companies reported pretty good earnings, so I mean, this market's just been on fire, and I would not be touching it. But let's see what Asia and the overnight session does, and we can have a good read going into New York and hopefully get some good setups on their intraday charts. But I think if price wants to pull back into this 26,100 level, looks like there's a lot of support right there at the middle of the envelope. Congestion DML and extension DML stacked up all right there, so that'd be a pretty good spot, and hopefully get a push up in that weekly extension, and that'd be a solid little trade, but you do have a lot of resistance above you. Let's go to ES. All right, so same thing here. Weekly and monthly look pretty bullish. You are at that core DML, but it is above it now and cleared it. Quarterly's got these stacked up right there. That can almost be a magnet sometimes for those to get there. Looking at the daily, it's pretty much the same as NQ. It doesn't look as bullish because you did get a close underneath this, but it's still outside the envelope. Still a lot of support down in this area at the bottom of the envelope, and it already kind of picked it up already at the open. So and same thing, put in a little bit of a flash, but I think I'm gonna remain bullish here. I think the overnight session is gonna tell us a lot. If it continues to grind through and it has a pretty bullish overnight, then that will tell us a lot going into New York, so that'd be nice. But let's see what that tells us there. But for right now, I think indices are gonna be bullish slightly, but we're aware of the support. I think they want a gun for these extensions on the weekly and the monthly. Oh, not that. Let's go to gold here. My gold data is slightly off on the price level for some reason, but it's still been pretty accurate on making reads throughout the day. I've been checking it just because NQ's been kind of choppy, so I've been looking at gold and seeing what we got there. All right, so for gold, it did hold this pocket on the last week. If there's gonna be support, I think it's gonna be right here. Weekly is putting in a little bit of a flash. Boom, boom, boom. Tried to push up, got shut down pretty well by that pocket yesterday, and got to close outside the envelope. It's technically a trend run down as of now. So, but it's trying to put in a live pocket here. If there's going to be support, I think at this weekly 39.50, it already tested that and is getting a good reaction off of that as of now. So, I could see it maybe trying to get back up in this middle of the envelope and then chop around the rest of the day, maybe get a close outside the envelope again. Kind of a weird market. Gold looks like it's kind of trying to roll over a little bit after making a strong 2-bar push into the monthly extension, quarterly extension. I mean, look how accurate that quarterly extension is. Literally rifled right up to it and shot down couple hundred points. It's pretty cool to see. It shows how special Vol Pro Edge is if you're just, taking these long-term plays or combining key support and resistance areas on multiple time period analysis. So it's pretty cool to see. All right, for bonds, pretty big down day. Failed pocket right here. Pretty much kind of the opposite happened on yesterday. So, you're running into a good bit of support on the weekly at right here. I mean, you're at it kind of right now. So I would like to see what the overnight does. If it continues to blow through that support, then we're probably heading down to the bottom of the envelope. Congestion DML, maybe exit, who knows. But if that support gets picked up, then we could be heading back up kind of to where it was at back in this envelope and back into its range. Yeah, it looks like it's been ranging around the past couple of days, so I would kind of be expecting this to continue down, even though monthly looks pretty bullish. Weekly's been trending. It was trending up. We'll see how this week closes, but if there's gonna be support, I would expect it to be kind of around in this area on the weekly. Obviously, you can use your intraday charts and get confirmation through that, but yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be looking for. We'll see what overnight does on indices. Hopefully I can take a trade after sitting down on the sidelines for the past 2 days, and I need $1,500 more to get access to 4 more XFAs. So looking forward to that, picking my spots, not rushing it. I think that's very important, staying disciplined, and you can run through a lot of accounts just by trying to force it and trade on days that I know that I was not gonna be very successful, and that's kind of how I felt in the past 2 days. So decided to take it out. It's been raining, so I haven't really been able to golf. So it's been just, I've been back testing, looking through other stuff in Vol Pro Edge, picking up on patterns, and, just doing all I can to get better. So, yep, I hope everybody else has a good rest of their night and has a good trading day tomorrow. So, yep.